Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to something a little bit different for the channel. I have decided to run a little bit of an experiment here with what I think I honestly have to say is probably, at this point, my favourite game of all time. One of the reasons I have fallen so deeply in love with this game is its modability, and everybody knows that basically, along with Skyrim, Fallout 4 is one of the most popular moddable games that there has ever been. So, what we're going to be doing here today is running a little bit of a... it's not necessarily an experiment, maybe it's more along the lines of a demonstration. I don't really need to be gathering this stuff. I want to be experiencing various elements of Fallout 4 combat with and without mods, and so we can see, you and I together can see in real time how much of a difference just a handful of mods can make to this game. Now, we're starting off here with an alternate start mod, which is, yeah, I really don't need to be gathering this stuff, which has given us a heap of gear up front. I'll show you some of the weapons that we've got. So we've got some really good weapons here. We don't have a lot of ammo for some of these. I actually don't want to keep hold of this one. We've got ourselves a G36, a Glock 19, an M1A, and for now we're just going to be sticking with a pipe pistol because we don't have a lot of ammo for these other guns. But I'm sure as we go, we will pick up more and more ammo. Pipe rifles are just a lot of fun to use. Once we pick up some more ammo, we will be switching over to those other weapons. So we're going to be attacking the museum in Concord along with Corvega. And I think that's it for now. We're just going to pick those two locations, I think. There may be another one, I'm not too sure yet, but I know that the museum in Concord, don't you just love that when you're trying to demonstrate something in a game? And I mean, the game is pretty legendary for its bugs. Anyway, as I was trying to say, hopefully I don't fall through the ground again here. As I was trying to say, the museum in Concord and Corvega are two of the first kind of places where you encounter raiders. So, you know, in terms of combat, it's one of the first places, two of the first places where, you know, you kind of get your hands dirty, don't you, for the first time. Now, in terms of the mods that we are going to be kind of assessing, they are all going to be altering the game with regards to enemies and enemy combat. So we'll be running exactly the same mods we're running now, which, by the way, is from our Hardcore Survival series that we have on the channel. Link in the description if you haven't yet stumbled your way into that series. It's really good. It's really fun. Now, we will pick up a little bit of gear here because, oh, by the way, we're starting out with level 25, just so that we're a little bit more advanced than an absolute beginner. Alright, so we've just picked up some 10mm rounds there. We're not in a rush. We're going to take our time with this. But what we're going to be doing is basically adding in the mods once we've done a little bit of a run through. So we're going to be running through this area and then Corvega, and once I've done them both, we will be then adding the mods and doing them again, so that you can assess the difference and see how you feel about what I honestly believe is one of the best experiences you can have in gaming if you are a fan of tactical gunplay. Now, I've been playing a little bit of Tarkov over the last couple of days, and I've played a little bit of Stalker Anomaly in the past. I haven't played it for a while, but as much as I love those games, just the way that they're designed, the way that they're designed It just feels different, you know. Fallout 4, it's got a lot more action going on, especially when you use mods. As much as I love those games. So what we're looking at here basically is how the enemies are acting. And, you know, how many enemies are around. How good their gunplay is, how good their tactics are. Now, I don't think we have a lot of ammo for this gun, but we'll keep hold of it for now. So we're just getting an idea as to how this plays out, okay. Essentially what we're experiencing here is more vanilla gunplay, aside from the weapons, of course. So obviously, you know, we've got modded guns and things like that, but we have no mods that affect enemy AI whatsoever. Or the amount of enemies. And we are going to be adding in probably about 5 mods in total. And I will tell you what they are once we add them in, okay. Wow. Okay, well this is a chance for a little bit of melee, I suppose. Oh, okay. Reload. So one of the things that I'm noticing here straight away is I'm very familiar where the enemies are going to be right now. Okay. Is that legendary, is it? Okay. So, you know, once you've played this game a few times, you just become very aware as to where the enemies are going to be standing. Not always, you know, they do move around and occasionally give you a little bit of a run for your money. So we have altered the damage numbers here, which is another thing I could potentially demonstrate. But we've got survival options in, and we've got damage tweaked to be a little bit more realistic. Just a little bit. Wow. So one thing we do have in is a mod called True Damage already, and Scourge, which affects damage, and Scourge affects basically unlevels NPCs. Okay. So again, what we're really assessing here is the difference that mods make to how the AI acts. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I think we've got some grenades here. I've also got a combat shotgun. Which probably isn't going to serve me well from this distance. This is actually pretty tough. So again, we know where the enemies are going to be here. So they're always in the same spot, basically. And they have kind of similar reactions each time. Okay, so we're out of ammo for this gun now. Now there's some ammo around here, isn't there? Yes, perfect. Okay, I'll start saving as we go here, so that we can get through this. Probably should have been saving a bit earlier than now. Where are these guys? Alright, yeah, so I'll start saving now because, you know, I want to try to actually demonstrate what I'm trying to demonstrate. So we know as we get up here, some guys are going to be walking through this door. Because they always do.
No need to hide.
Yeah, I do believe that's probably it for this area, so how about you and I take a little bit of a trip to Corvega. Now, one of the things that I have done here, I'm trying to keep this kind of neutral, meaning, you know, we're basically using the same gear and we're the same level for each side of the demonstration, each side of the coin, so to speak. Now, the only thing that I've done is, as you can see, is maxed out endurance. Everything else is still at level 1. We are level 25, but I haven't got any other perks. No more damage resistances or improved sneak ability or anything like that. Just endurance, because, you know, to be able to actually run across the Commonwealth at this time is, well, helpful. So one of the things I will immediately point out here is, well, you know, just take a look how easy it is to approach Corvega at the moment, okay? Now, let's just take stock of our weapons and what ammo we've got. I don't want the bolt action. I'll keep one of the hunting rifles, because hunting rifles are actually one of my favourite weapons in the game. The combat rifle I'll keep hold of. Let's drop the G36 and the M1A. And we'll keep hold of the combat shotgun as well. And we might even swap that out to that for now. Tell you what, let's... maybe we'll use the combat rifles soon. So again, much more vanilla experience here, okay, with regards to enemies and their intelligence. And we're not going to completely do Corvega, but, you know, we are going to pop inside and introduce ourselves. Our name, by the way, is Rupert Bearson. And we are going to say hello to some of the raiders in Corvega, just to get a feel for the atmosphere in here. Sure, I'll have a drink. Why not? So we're not obviously using VATS or bullet time or anything like that because, you know, essentially, when it comes to any kind of real tactical experience in this game, even the pausing of the menus kind of gets in the way of the fluidity and the sincerity of the experience. Can't remember what my grenade key is. I remembered. Yeah, so we'll maybe just leave the boss, okay, and we'll clear downstairs all the levels.
Disappearing, huh?
So the damage numbers are going to be the same for both
Oh, man.
sides of the demonstration.
Fun.
I do like this gun, it has to be said.
Damn it, I need covering fire.
Having fun, huh?
Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not saying that this is easy. One of the greatest mods that you can install to generate this kind of more tactical experience for yourself. I'm sure most of you are aware that this mod is extremely useful for generating these experiences, is the survival options mod. And just by tweaking the damage numbers to be more realistic so that you can't take as many shots before you die, that alone has a great effect to slow the combat down and, you know, just make your shots more lethal.
It's getting worse. Another. You can hide. Keep your eyes open. I think this asshole's using a stealth boy.
Over here!
How many bullets do we have for this gun? None.
God damn it! I need covering fire!
What the? Made a big mistake, rookie.
Oof. Now the reason I love the
Think you can hide?
this rifle so much is because of that. Oh,
Disappearing act, huh? Think you can win this? Huh?
forgot about that turret. Alright, let's switch it up. Really? I have literally just spawned in. Ladies and gentlemen, arbitration, pack attack, real AI, and more spawns, okay? That's the only difference. Damage numbers are the same, our level is the same, our equipment is the same. We have literally just spawned in. So straight away, we have the effect of, well, pack attack and real AI kicking into gear. We are already under threat. Now, this is not really what I'm trying to get into here. I'm really just wanting to focus on the tactical nature of the gunplay. But immediately, I better start saving. Well, the world is already far more hostile. Which, okay, that may or may not be up your alley. But straight away it affects how you have to play the game. Because, well, you're in danger right from the get-go. Now, in terms of the Real AI mod, we are using the original version here, along with Untethered. By the way, all of the links to these mods are in the description. I realised throughout, well, as I was getting this new character set up, it is still Rupert Bearson. He has been reincarnated. But, however, what I was thinking was maybe I should have done the first part of this episode, this video, without survival options, way more vanilla. However, well, it's too late now, and survival options I think is a pretty staple mod that a lot of people use, but we're not really concerned with things like damage numbers here. What we're interested in is how much just a handful of mods affect enemy AI. And how much more unpredictable the game world becomes and the enemies become. So more spawns obviously just simply adds in more spawns across the Commonwealth. There is another mod you can use called More Enemies, which I will link down below. It approaches the problem of, or the objective of adding spawns to the Commonwealth. It approaches it very differently. More spawns hand places them around the world, whereas More Enemies uses a different method to inject enemies into the game as you're playing, which I use that now, but, well, I already had more spawns accessible, so I just decided to run with that. So, testing out how different this feels all of a sudden. Alright, so in terms of gear, this is one of the only differences. We now have a Mossberg. Everything else is pretty similar. We've got a G36 with only 7 rounds, so let's switch that over to probably the pipe pistol. Actually, I'm looking for... Oh, we didn't pick up any grenades. Alright, whatever. Somebody's shooting at me from somewhere. Not sure if I saved down the road. I think I did. Now, I know, automatically I know with this mod that you need to keep an eye on your back because they will flank you. Now, that's Pack Attack is doing that a lot as well. Okay. Would probably help if I reloaded. Apparently. She's down. There's just something about that gun, isn't there? Now, I'll try not to use it too much because I didn't really use that in the first part of the episode. Give me a second. Okay, so we have spawned here. Now, one of the things I wanted to make a note of is all of a sudden just how difficult it becomes to actually approach these places, let alone get into them and then engage in combat. Which to me, you know, it really, really lends itself to a more realistic survival, survival kind of experience. It's fun, don't you think? Now, I wouldn't mind getting a proper pipe rifle. But let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay, so we're getting come up upon. I don't know how to say that. We're getting attacked from the rear here. Now, obviously, this is real AI combined with Pack Attack at work. Pack Attack, well, you know, it really introduces teamwork and cooperation in your enemies, making them far more difficult to fight anyway, because they're way more strategic, as they should be. However, real AI, well, just takes the boundaries of that strategy, opening everything up to just, well, essentially complete mayhem and unpredictability. You just don't know where these people are. See, you just have no idea where they are. They're moving around the world, they're all over the place, so their AI becomes way more advanced, obviously. And, you know, I've heard a lot of criticisms over the AI, real AI mod, as if it's too much. I mean, how much is too much in a game like this? If you're playing it for these reasons, is there such a thing as too much? Or do you just, you know, you got to get good, don't you? Simple. Simple, simple. Simple dimple. Oh shit. Don't ask me how I know about that, please. But they're pushing you. Do you know what I mean? The enemy is actively engaged with you, aware of you, pushing you, causing you discomfort, waiting to respond to your actions. Not only that, but there's loads more enemies now. And so, well, you can see. Why try to explain what you can see with your own eyes? Tell you what, I wouldn't mind some more ammo for this gun. Let's break out the shotgun, just to help us get past this.
Still alive?
Yep. How about you? It's just meaty, isn't it? It's just a... Ooh, see what I mean? They're coming from all over the place. If you like tactical gaming experiences, would you please reload this gun? Oh, can you not? Okay, so there's a bug here. I can't reload this weapon for some reason. But that's probably something to do with... Well, my... My game. As opposed to... maybe it's just something to do with the gun. Okay, alright, whatever. Switching back to the pipe pistol. You know, if you like Stalker-like experiences, Tarkov-like experiences. One of the things, though, that struck me after playing Tarkov yesterday, for the first time in a little while, is, well, one, the brutality of it. It's extremely hardcore. You could change the damage numbers using survival options mod, which I will link down below as well, just in case anyone watching this video is not too familiar with that mod. Hello, Dogmeat. He's made his way all the way down from Red Rocket. He would never have done that without... They're ambushing me? He would never have done that without the real AI mod. Now, what I was getting at is, one of the things I've noticed about Tarkov is, it is minutes between firefights often. It is 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes between firefights. So if you die, like we just did in that game, exit, lose all your gear, rebuild your characters, gear up, find a match, load into the world, run around, you know, after another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, whatever, you're once again engaged in combat for a few minutes, if that, 2 minutes, maybe. So the space between firefights is extreme, whereas in this situation, and in Stalker, you've got your own save systems you can employ. See, these guys are fighting each other. So what I'm getting at is, if you're a fan of... Oh, are they fighting Dogmeat? See, Dogmeat's over there, getting in on the action. If you're a fan of tactical... And I'm not being super tactical here, I'm kind of rushing through it, you know, it's a... kind of just a demonstration. What's going on here? Dogmeat, are we good? Are we good, Dogmeat? You just never know. You okay there, boy? Having a cuddle? Yes. Dogmeat's having a cuddle. Good on you, boy. Good boy. Good boy. So Stalker, you know, you've got your save system. You can kind of just impose whatever you want. Obviously, some of the mod packs have restrictions, or the mod lists have restrictions. Now let's break out this little Glock again. Oh, we don't have it this time. Okay, we didn't get the Glock. Switch out for the 10mm pistol. For some reason, I wasn't given a Glock. I must have accidentally skipped over that at the intro. Anyway, we'll make use of the 10mm pistol. It'll do a similar job. It's just not as sexy, is it? Okay, let's have a look inside the museum. Now, immediately, you know that you don't know where these enemies are going to be. Although, I mean, you can kind of guarantee they're going to be up there for now. But from now on, everything becomes quite unpredictable because there are more enemies in here and they are unbound. Now, very often you do still find them kind of in the same place, you know. It's where they're kind of where you'd expect them to be. But now you've got more enemies to deal with. And there's no guarantee that they're going to stay in the same spot. See what I mean? Now we've got way more of them coming down here to play. So like I said, and as you can tell, I'm kind of rushing through this a little bit. Because I'm trying to demonstrate as much of this as possible before we get to, well, the end of the video. But, you know, I want to try to get to Corvega as well. Do I not have any more ammo for this gun? Okay, don't have anything for that. Do I want to risk the double barrel here? Maybe. So another mod, which I will link to this down below in the description, is Uneducated Shooter, which is the mod that's allowing me to lean like this. The way I've got it set up, you have to be aiming down sights to be able to lean around a corner. Sometimes it stops you kind of walking through a threshold if you're leaning like it is there, but oh shit. Blind fire? Is that a thing in vanilla? It could be, but I'm not sure about that. Enemies blind firing over cover? I don't remember seeing that too often. So, okay, let's throw in a save here so we can make a little bit of progress. Got a pipe SMG there. Oh, okay, so immediately, way more enemies up top. I've now got us pinned down. So, I think what I'm trying to kind of get across here, we've got a pipe SMG, is that it really doesn't take much to quite drastically change up the experience. Now, if I was playing this in a kind of survival situation, I would probably be retreating, maybe from here. You know, if we had a kind of semi-permadeath save system in place from my other series, I don't think I'd be able to take this on, because you've seen how many times I've died. Now, I don't know if there are enemies making their way around the back here, because they often do that. Maybe not so much in here, but in other areas. So it's a much more slower paced, thoughtful. I guess that's a good way to describe it. You have to be way more involved in the game, way more immersed, way more strategic, way more tactical with your actions. And, you know, if you like, see what I mean, just running around corners like that, if you like more realism, more immersion, more difficulty, more tacticality, that is a word, probably. If it isn't, it should be. 360 no scope. Alright, let's take a second here to assess this NPC's behaviour. Now, if we stay out of sight, is he going to come searching for us? Right now you'd be hearing, where did that little effer go, probably, in vanilla. So he is making his way out to actually find us. You know, they would have already given up looking for us under normal circumstances. I've noticed in some of my other series too that they're often extremely silent. They're not yelling out every few seconds about whether or not they can see you or where did you go. They're just hunting you. They're just looking for you.
I'm telling you, man, let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around. There you go.
Well, hello there. Now, yeah, we won't stay in here for much longer, but let's go and have a look and see if our friends are waiting for us at the door, as they usually always are. Or do they act differently this time?
Oh, hell no! Here come the fireworks!
Oh. Starting with a grenade, I see.
What the hell was that?
Okay, so that's this place clear. Alright, it was a little bit different, wasn't it? Throwing a grenade through that hole, I think, is what happened. Which I've never actually had that happen before. So that's interesting. At least I think that's what happened. Maybe he threw it through this door as he was coming through, but I'm pretty sure he threw a grenade through there. So, now let's head to Corvega. And as you can see, already on the way there, well, we're already encountering more random events, more random dangers.
What?
So we are trying to... Okay, we've got ghouls incoming here. And, oh yeah, I spawned in a... We're gonna die. We are absolutely gonna die. I spawned in a Glock because Glocks are cool in this game with the Glock mod, and I just wanted it, alright. So I spawned in a little bit of ammo and the pistol. However, we have used basically half of the ammo on those ghouls unsuccessfully too. I don't think we killed one of them. So one other thing to note now is as we approach Corvega, you can guarantee I actually haven't been able to get in through the front entrance to Corvega while using the real AI mod because, well, as I'm sure we are about to witness potentially. I mean, that's another thing about this mod is it's so unpredictable. I don't know if the raiders who are normally hanging around here have wandered off. Okay, well, yeah, we're already under fire. They're also engaging a ton of ghouls who are also after us already. So in terms of realism and immersion, I think, honestly, real AI is going to be in my mod list for years and years to come. Now, like I said, combining it with pack attack, well, you can see what it's doing. It's... If I had to put it into words, I would say that the enemy NPCs become way more, in most cases, I mean, this guy seems to be freaking out a bit here. In most cases, not all, obviously, the enemies seem to act way more human, as if they're being controlled by human players as opposed to controlled by the game engine. Alright, let's have another attempt here at getting into the front of Corvega. This might not be possible, but we'll see. So as you can see here, we've got engagements happening at the front. Yeah, this might not be possible, guys. How many entrances are there? Now, I'm aware the frame rate is tanking a little bit here. Really? Since when are ghouls this challenging? Okay, I'm gonna throw down a save. Let's wait for the insanity to maybe dial back a bit. So we've got synths in the mix now as well. So that's always fun. I'm dead. I'm so dead. How am I not dead? I am dead. Trying again, running, and in the words of that famous YouTuber, Mr. Guru Gaming, running, and running. Alright, we made it inside. I don't know how well this is going to go, but I really want to know what happens when you walk through this door. Probably death, right? What is even happening here? I can't see a thing. Okay, so we've had ghouls follow us. We've got somebody in power armor, it looks like. I think I might just hide in the bathroom for a little bit. Did I get some grenades? I did. I got a plasma grenade. It does a fair amount of damage. I'm going to try not to kill myself. Please don't censor me, YouTube. Yay! Now, I think I saved in that bathroom just then. I might have been smart for one of the first times in my entire existence. However, how many healths do we have? We need more healths. Take 2 healths. And probably change your gun. That would also definitely be appropriate. Maybe the pipe pistol. Tell you what, let's rock the SMG, the pipe SMG. And just see. Now, they're not even, obviously, focusing on us here because the ghouls have followed them in through the door. Followed us in through the door, and they're sneaking up behind us. So, you know, if you're going for more of a realistic, immersive experience... Alright, I'll tell you what, let's play this as if I would properly play it. I'm just trying right now to get through some of these enemies. So, okay, they're still coming in through the front door. Ghouls fighting raiders. Absolute insanity. Right up my alley, I must say.
You still alive?
Okay, let's give it a second. Now, there is a water fountain just here. Okay, looks like we're on now. Are we on now with the tactical gunplay here? Okay, so we've got ourselves pinned down, haven't we? Now that might help. Maybe not so much. So obviously, it's, if anything, shot me through the door. It makes you have to consider the reality of what you're walking into. You're walking into a building full of raiders who are armed. Your chances of being able to approach that are slim. Slim to none, essentially. And, well, this combination of mods lets you know that if you think you can just walk into a place like Corvega and take everyone on like we were before, well, clearly you and I are deeply mistaken, dearly mistaken, same thing really, right? Okay, so this is going to be the last kind of thing that I do, guys. I think I've demonstrated the point here that, you know, if you want a more intense, happier, smilier, more wonderful experience in the Fallout 4 universe, just get yourself Pack Attack, Real AI, more spawns, and whatever the other survival options. And, you know, there's another one somewhere in there. Just do it. Okay, let's try one more time to see how well we can or cannot handle reality. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for this delightful demonstration of delicious destruction. And again, at the Deathloop, at the end of the day, yeah, I just wanted to introduce you to, you know, this handful of mods. You would definitely have to do a little bit of tweaking, and of course, I've just rushed straight to Corvega without any real preparation, and, you know, rushed into these situations so you can see the difference. The chaos of the world and the difficulty of the world and the immersion of the world just goes through the roof by about 3,500 times when I add in these mods. Survival options is one of the most essential mods in there, I feel, because, you know, you can tweak the damage numbers as you see fit, and that has a massive impact in and of itself. If you only added in one mod to create more of an immersive, realistic experience, more of a tactical experience, just tweaking the damage to be equally equal incoming damage and outgoing damage, that one mod can do that for you. But if you want the, you know, the enhanced enemy behaviors, you want Pack Attack, you want more spawns as well to increase the number of enemies and make things extremely unpredictable, along with Real AI. And Arbitration was the one that I was forgetting, that I couldn't remember. That's another fantastic mod. And for the lean, uneducated shooter, so I will put the links to these mods down in the description. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit of a video with a slightly different flavour than normal. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please do remember, check the description for the links to the mods, along with lots and lots of other links to other playlists on the channel, and a little bit of info about other stuff going on, like memberships, which is new. Memberships are new on the channel, and they're quite interesting, and they're evolving, and things are happening. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I do hope you will join me for another episode of... This isn't a series, is it? For another video. Come back and watch another video soon. Goodbye for now.